Disappointed to lose, but got beat by a team that played very, very well today. And so we give a lot of credit to Wake. They came in playing good team ball, and they played a better team ball than us today. They coached them better, had them prepared. Again, we lose the turnover battle and some scoring opportunities. Had a kicking blunder, missed that field goal block, etc. A lot of things that led to being the short end of the stick. So, again, sitting there 2-1. Had a good week of practice coming out last week. Had a good go with a lot of good things today, but too many errors. -5 turnover ratio. I think we were second in the country going into today. Had +5 in turnover ratio. And so that didn't happen. Didn't run the ball as well. Credit to those guys loading up. That's why we did throw it a lot. But we got to finish drives, and we got to play a little cleaner. And just disappointed to lose. Got a great challenge coming up at Michigan State in the Big Ten schedule. So it just disappointed 2-1. But congrats to Wake. They played very, very well.
Where's Camilo?
He has an injury, back thing. It's, I don't know. I mean, he dressed, he was there. It just as, was with us, but just limited with back there. But Brandon Knight came in and played well, and Jacob Robson, 5th-year guys playing. So we didn't run the ball because those two guys weren't there. We didn't run the ball because we didn't block well. The guys were playing are good. We got a 5th-year player, very, very talented player, Brandon Knight, Coy Cronk. They're a good defense. They're a good rushing defense. We did have 611 yards, which is kind of a lot. So we kind of did what we had to attack. We just didn't take care of the ball, and we didn't finish drives. And that's a credit to them, and bad football by me and our guys.
Can you talk about Richard's day a little bit, good and bad?
Yeah, a couple times we put him in some tough situations. We tried to the first 2 plays were bad at balls and batted in the perimeter. We're down ready to score, maybe go up 14 or 10 to nothing early. It was a batted ball in the perimeter, a little rub route concept we're doing. The second one, I think we kind of forced one into traffic. They got batted up on the pick 6. I think his 3rd pick was a play action where he kind of came out wrong, got out of whack, got hit, and the ball came up short. I'm trying to remember the 4th one. 4th one was a dig. He tried to throw in 3rd and long. They were yelling out the route, and they were all over it. And he tried to Superman and throw a ball through a person, which is impossible. Should have checked it down. And then the last one, we tried to wrinkle up a play. We were doing a formation a lot, and we thought we could get something on them. That's something we do, but didn't practice a lot. He actually tried to make it a nice adjustment, and we just didn't clean it. So that a couple of them are on us. So, but again, he made a lot of throws, made a lot of plays. We got to calm him down. He got his competitive spirit in the way, which bit us because we had a 15-yard penalty on him that cost us a drive. It cost us to punt with about 8 minutes. I think with the 4-minute mark, give or take, we had a hold on 4th and 1 that took points off the board. I think the drive before, when they scored their touchdown, we had 45 yards of penalties in that drive. If that drive gets held to 3 points or gets out of there, at the end when it's 4th and 1, we're probably kicking a field goal because you're not in a 12-point game, you're in a 9-point game. And so we just had way too many errors. I think we had 9 penalties. A lot of them were critical. First half, we picked up a blitz nice. Threw it to Mitchell on a crossing route, got down 1st and goal on the 2-yard line, had a holding penalty. After the holding penalty, we get a blocked field goal. So there's a lot of good football. We hold them to 350. Didn't get any turnovers, turned it over. They were, 2 for 2 in the red zone, and we were 0 for 2 as far as scoring opportunities. And it was just a missed game where we missed our opportunities, and we've got to clean it up. Well, my only problem was the referee told us before, hey, you need to calm 21 down. He needs to be a little calmer. And that was my deal was they came over and said, hey, just, he needs to calm down. Getting a little too vocal. And he was frustrated after a play when he scrambled around, threw it away, and he said something, I don't think it was personally directed at the referee, but because he had been a little, loose with his mouth, it burned him. And that's, quite honestly, first I've seen that because when people said earlier, what do you like him? I like how calm he is. He's been pretty steady, Eddie, pretty calm. So in the heat of the moment, he needs to learn and grow from that. And we'll work hard to get him to do that.
Kevin, I know Richard had big yardage too, along with his picks, but at some point, did you consider going to somebody else?
No. He's making plays. And, a couple of them were, like I say, 2 were batted. He forced the dig. One he came out the wrong way, and then the last one's kind of on us. He had 1 bad throw. the one that we tried to throw to Westbrook that the linebacker picked, that was the only one. If you're gonna throw us, some coach, years ago, Coach Stoops would say, he always talked about turnovers, but being a DB, he didn't complain a ton about picking up. So we had too many. There's no excuse for that. So we'll look at why a couple of balls are bad, because maybe was our spacing right, or was the window too tight and shouldn't have went there. But in John never had that thought at all.
Only 115 yards rushing. What did you see that wasn't, as productive and good?
Well, initially, again, not playing with the velocity we needed to, but more than anything, they continued to load the box, and that's why we continued to throw it. And we're not trying to be 50-50. We were never trying. Divine had his streak at 100 yards. It's more about the line blocking than Divine. We're not in streaks. Everybody, everybody looks at stats. Where's Ricky Jones been? Today, if we'd have been on other hashes, the plays that Westbrook called would have been Rick's. We're just calling plays, working it up. We got to keep our guys in check. And it'd been nice to run. We got to find run, even when it's tough sledding. You can't be a one-dimensional team. We were too one-dimensional, because you are going to get some third and longs if you can't run the ball more than you'd like.
Kevin, the way Ricky Jones performed, but can you talk about that?
Well, it was good because he hadn't had a hot hand, and when you're a senior, fifth-year guy, you can get. So I just appreciate his team spirit, and just like I actually grabbed him last night. I said, now a couple of Westbrook's touchdowns. If we're on the other hash, the ball's coming your way. I don't know if you make the touchdown, but the ball's coming your way, because sometimes it's just right, because we play those guys left and right as fast. We don't play like X and Z. One guy plays on the left side, one guy plays on the right side for the most part, helps us play faster. So sometimes it's just the coverage and the way the ball comes. But again, I appreciate him having a good game today. He's had some good ones in the past, don't need more, but it wasn't good enough.
Time for two more questions.
What needs to happen to clean up the special teams block on the field goal? It just looked like the guy came off the edge.
Yeah, when he came off too fast, the time was a little bit slow. We worked very hard on punt and field goal protection here through the open day. And again, we had some good practices. So again, I didn't walk out today like I don't like our team or anything about it. We got to play better. We got to play smarter. We got a lot of self growing up and group side OD kicking growing up. We'll look at, because it was about 1/10. When you field goal, the widest guy you're beating with time, and it was it was late enough to give that guy a factor. But also we need to look at, again, the personnel there in our spacing, because we make it too easy. So it was a little slow, but it's unfortunate that's 2 and 3 games. But there is a chance. Michigan's been on a hot trail. They've already blocked 5 kicks. I think a lot of people are coming after kicks. We had a pump block last team, so I think it's one of the trends in the kicking game right now is a lot of teams are emphasizing. We had 4 or 5 block PATs ourselves last year, where we got them, and so I think it's a part of ball, and we just got to clean it up.
I guess
Last question, yes.
Where's Dan Feeney's status at? Was he close to playing today?
He did some activity last week, and as in our world, it's very delicate with the concussion protocol. When I talked to him, because I didn't know Friday coming off the field, is he in or out? Now he's doing some light work and some lifting and all that, but I saw him walking out of the building. I said, well, what are the doctors telling you? Because they hadn't told me anything. And I said, what? And he said, well, I'm getting some recurrence. I said, let me tell you something. You've got enough banked reps as a good player. Make sure you're healthy. Because I do think some of the recurring problems is when guys come back and that muscle, the primary muscle of one of the primary muscles of your body, the brain, isn't fully healed. So bottom line, we have a protocol we put them through of pushing them. And sometimes when you push, there's a setback, and you just got to calm it down. And so, we didn't set him because, if he could have played, he could have played. And it's the timeline. Can he play next? I don't know. I know, again, we're going to do everything we can to take care of our people. And at the same time, love to have him playing, but we're going to take care of our people, and that's a fact.